Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the 6th edition of the conference that is being held now, well, of course, with the attendance of His Excellency Prime Minister. And we have over the phone right now Dr. Mark Magdy, the member of the General Union of Egyptians Abroad. Good evening, Doctor.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, today it was the first day for the conference for Egyptians abroad, organized by the Egyptian Foreign Ministry, and there was different figures of the Egyptian government and ministers that represented the improvement of the policies toward the Egyptians abroad and the facilities offered for them, and how can they contribute to this country and its development, their motherland.
Yes, of course, Doctor. This connection between the state here in Egypt and, of course, for the Egyptians living abroad, I think this connection means a lot when it comes to even prioritizing what their needs, and of course that was even enhanced by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's directives.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, with the current leadership, we always appreciate the efforts of our political leadership and Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for his efforts to improve the connection between Egyptians abroad and their motherland, and put this file always as a priority to the Egyptian state.
Well, Dr. Mark, of course, this edition is the 6th edition. I think there's a lot to be tackled, a lot of, from even the Egyptians who lives abroad, their needs, their priorities of the left and whatever it takes to have this always, the connection always with our state. And of course, His Excellency Prime Minister being there also means a lot. This directives, of course, but means a lot to be there, to attend and to listen to them.
Sorry, I couldn't hear the question.
Well, I said, Prime Minister, the presence of His Excellency Prime Minister, of course, being there in the 6th edition to be in connect with the Egyptians who lives abroad. So this is also the outcome. This edition should be much more than the editions before.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Also, as we had many representations from different ministries about different topics that spark interest of the Egyptians abroad, including the central bank and Ministry of Education, and also the real estate market in Egypt for Egyptians abroad. So there are different topics that we had today with the different presentations by the Egyptian government.
And of course, in this visit and this edition, with the contribution of the Egyptians who lives abroad and the election, the Senate elections 2025, and the leaders of the Egyptian communities there, they were called to know the procedures and all of that. Not just that also, but they were called for such a great conference, which is only tackles the Egyptians who lives abroad. And the slogan itself, I think this is very unique for this edition.
Sorry, I couldn't hear the question well. Is it related to the parliamentary elections?
Yeah, I was saying that the conference slogan is Egypt, and of course Egypt is everywhere, is the destination. I think this also ensure how the government here is very keen to know more about the Egyptians who lives abroad and to listen to them. Can you hear me now, Doctor?
Sorry, I couldn't hear well. Sorry.
Pardon? Hello? Dr. Mark? Hello? Dr. Mark, you're still having some problem with the connection, I guess? Dr. Mark?
Sorry, that again?
Yes, I was just speaking about the slogan of this edition of the conference, which is, it really looks like it's so, the government's keenness to be there and also to tackle what's missing from the Egyptians who lives abroad, the needs and all of that. So the slogan is very powerful this time. It's the Egyptian everywhere. It's the only destination.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's because the conference included all the representatives of the Egyptian community abroad, and several figures of professionals from Egyptian professionals that are working abroad also, and we had a session for to give suggestions for. At the end of every session there was time for questions and giving suggestions to the government about the demands of Egyptians abroad, about what needs improvements, and how Egyptians abroad can contribute also for that.
So tell us more about the outcomes from those questions and answers that have been happening in the sessions.
Sorry, again?
Can you tell us more about the outcome of the questions, the debate that's been happening with the both sides today with the session that you've been speaking about?
I mean all questions and suggestions were taken in consideration, and all will be maybe in the next day or tomorrow at the end of the conference will have an outcome or a conclusion for this conference, and mostly now we could say that most of ministers offer to receive such suggestions from Egyptians abroad directly to their ministers in the next days also.
So, Dr. Mark, you've been speaking about there were lots to be tackled, like the central bank and some stuff. So there were also an economy part when it comes to the conference, tackling how even Egyptians who live abroad can help with the currency and the economic situation here in Egypt, and being also present on the land of investment here in Egypt.
Yeah, sure. The central bank, the vice president of the central bank was participated to the conference and had a presentation about inflation and the cause of inflation in Egypt, during the last or the recent years, but also if the new opportunities for Egyptians abroad, if they want to have guarantee or interest about their deposits in Egypt, but also with the foreign currency.
Well, Dr. Mark Magdy, the member of the General Union of Egyptians Abroad, I would like to thank you so much for your call and wishing all the best for this edition of the conference. A short break and we'll be back.